All right. Good day, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know if I should say good night, wherever you're joining us from. This is the Coappt Impact Corner, and I am G.O. Lawal. It is a pleasure to have us join another edition, another episode of the Coappt Impact Corner. Just like you know, I don't do the talking alone. I have with me my co-host, a gorgeous, good-looking, beautiful, fantastic. Can I go on, Amara? So please join me to welcome Amara, our co-host for today. Amara, how you
Hello,
doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad and grateful to be alive. It's a good day to be alive. Of course, a different month from the last time we had this. And if you're joining in, you're definitely in for a wonderful time. So welcome once again. Welcome to everyone.
Yes. If you're joining, either you're watching this live as we are getting it done on Zoom, or you're watching the live stream on YouTube, or peradventure you are seeing the replay even after all this has happened. Trust me, the excitement, the information, the updates, the opportunity, and of course the great conversation will be happening. It's still the same. It doesn't matter how you're joining, it's still the same. And I must say that today we have a fantastic man, one exceptional man that will be spotlighting today. Trust me, make sure not to miss any of the session. So Amara, let me just quickly ask you, previous edition, how has it been for you?
Okay, well, I was thinking about that, actually, just reflecting on it while you were taking the intro sound. I thought to myself that this has really been a learning phase for me. And the truth is that once a person stops learning, the person starts to die. I mean, that's a popular quote. And so I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have joined. In fact, the last webinar, I was just talking to myself like, wow, some of the things that were said there, even the speaker spoke about keeping hopes alive. I can't forget, right? And those are the kind of words that we hear often to help us make the right decisions, even when it doesn't feel good inside, or it doesn't feel like, what's the outcome going to be? Same old, same old. So it has really been a learning phase for me, like learning curves, one at a time, and I'm grateful to be part of this.
All right, so it has been a learning curve for Amara, of course, for myself, and I believe for everyone who had joined us at any point in time. So the learning continues, the learning doesn't stop. It's another episode today, and we sure be having a great time. Once again, don't forget, this is Coappt Impact Corner. This is where we power purpose and we drive change. And today we'll be getting into several conversations today, just to give you a quick rundown of what we'll be doing today. We'll be sharing with you impact headlines, major headlines from the world of social impact here in Nigeria and also across the world. We'll also be getting into the Changemaker Spotlight, where we have a great man who will be spotlighting today. And after that, we'll also get into short tips for you about the world of technology, social impact, how technology can help you to drive the work you do as a social impact professional or as an organization. And as we do that, we also get into data. What does data say? We want you to get familiar with one data out there that can also help the work that you do. It can serve as a baseline, for your work, and you can build on this data. Majorly, this is to spur you and also, get your interest around what you can actually achieve with that data. So please, one thing before we get into this, make sure to share this live streaming. Probably you're watching this live on YouTube, or probably you're even seeing the replay on YouTube, and be good enough to share it with someone close to you in the social impact space. Let them learn, let them see how you can also build the strength through the conversations that we shall be having today. All right. Yes, please.
Okay, just to add, we will be engaging our audiences. Okay, so Please get ready to be engaged as well. Please feel free to share your location. If you're here watching us right now, you can just do that. And like Gio has said, we have quite a lot. So don't go anywhere. Ensure that you are in here, mind, body, soul. Okay, you're in for a great time.
Yes, that's great. Yes, please. Like part of the engagement we'll be having today is we'll be having a special gift for a guest today. So for those who are watching live right now, who are part of the audience right now, trust me, there is a special gift for you. We'll be having questions. Maybe I should just give you a tip of the I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but let's just keep the cat and just let the head of the cat to be out a little bit from the bag. You understand? So we'll be asking you some questions, towards the end of this session, towards the end of this episode rather, and there is a gift for one lucky winner today. So make sure to stay glued. Don't blink. Yeah, please don't blink. Just make sure you're part of everything. And don't forget to please drop your name, your location. Yes, we can see Felicia Wachuku from Pure Religion Foundation from Lagos. So please keep dropping this, and we'll just, of course, call you. Yes, I can see a Ken Guba from Warri. Yes, that's also Warri in Nigeria.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. All right, so let's get into it. Quick to the impact headline and the headlines that we have today. Number one that we have here is Nigeria boost immunization access. That's from the coordinating minister of health. Has expanded the RTSS malaria vaccine rollout, which will be benefiting rural primary health center. So this is currently happening in Nigeria. Also, it might interest to know that currently in Nigeria, the urban poverty rate in Nigeria has dropped to 31.6%. That's for 2025. This is signaling, gradual progress amidst the challenges that are happening currently. So I believe that can also let us know the progress that is being made gradually in the rate to reduce the poverty rates in Nigeria. Also, Amara, I don't know if you have the headlines, if you're able to take others. All right, so let me just go on. I'm just going to go on with that. Also, we have 75.5% of rural Nigerians and 41.3% of urban dwellers they still live below the poverty line. So that just let us know that poverty is still out there. However, I believe the Nigerian government is still doing their best, to see how to reduce this poverty rate. So there's still slight improvement, on that. And of course, the last one is, if you check out the Coappt blog, you will be able to get access to tools for your social change, and you'll be able to get. We have a blog post currently on responsive websites for storytelling. You may want to check that out. Just check out blog.coappt. Now you have access to several blog posts and articles that can help you, where you can learn from and improve your work as an organization or even as an individual, actually. Yeah. All right, so right about now we go straight into the change maker spotlight. Amara, I think I would leave you to handle this.
Okay, thank you so much, Gio. Right, so Mr. Ade Mabo. It's quite an interesting conversation we're having behind the camera before we started out. And while I'd like to give his introduction, I want him to do it in his own voice, because someone mentioned here that she also is the beneficiary of the Roli Mabo Foundation. Okay, so you're definitely in for a great time anywhere. So I hope that you've shared this link already with someone else to join in. knowledge is power, the right knowledge. So you're going to get that on here. So, sir, you're most welcome today. Today is a great day. We're so happy. Thank you so much for joining us early enough. We can't thank you enough. Okay, so could you just do a bit of an introduction so that we want to hear it from you directly. Could you kindly introduce yourself to us? I can't really hear you. Gio, can you hear me or can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear you, but I think there's probably a challenge with Mr. Mabo's audio. It's kind of breaking.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but I think it's just there's this crack in between.
Okay, I can hear you guys really loud and really clear.
Yes, it's better now.
Okay.
It's better now.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
My name is Ade Mabo, and I'm an aspiring humanitarian, a tech entrepreneur, and it's such an honor to be with you guys today.
Okay. All right. Okay, can you still hear me? Okay,
yeah,
so we're just going to...
Yes, we can hear you. Please go on.
You can hear. Okay, great. Okay, so I like the very short and brief, and that leaves us a lot to yearn for. Okay, so we'll just get started with it. My first question for you, which is very personal to me as well, is what inspired you to start out the Roli Mabo Foundation? I mean, what's the inspiration behind the foundation? Could you tell us all about it?
Fantastic. So I'm going to make a secret. While I was growing up, my mother had 10 kids, number 9 of 10 of us. My mother could neither read nor write. And of course, we all grew up in a society where there's no social service for them. So they were struggle. Period of time, I found that disappeared years ago.
I'm so sorry, sir. If you can hear me, I really can't hear you as much, and I really need to hear you. We all do. I'm not sure if it's just me, but there seems to be some distance between. It's not so clear. We can't really see all the words. Okay, Gio, can you hear him clearly from your end, or is it just me?
No, it's breaking. It's okay. I don't know why. And everything was perfect before we get started. that's network at times.
Yes.
Yes. And the best part of my network, but if not, I can switch networks in between, or just so that you guys can hear me. Can you hear me, or for some reason you cannot?
We can hear you. Just we can hear you. We can see you. Just that the network is it's breaking.
It's breaking in between. Just give me 1 second. Let me change my network.
All right. That's totally fine, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Yes. So, Amara. So before we bring back Mr. Ade Mabo, apologies everyone. You know, at times that's one thing with technology. Sometimes he just decides to do his own thing, but we have to move on. Of course, we are not going to miss Mr. Mabo. That's very important. So, let me just give us a bit of background. You know how I met Mr. Ade Mabo. So, for those, yes, okay. Yes. So, Mr. Ade Mabo runs. I know he runs several organizations, several platforms, and on one of the occasions, you know, someone reached out. And they do this thing for young people, and I think that for children and their parents around the world, you know, those in the UK, US, Canada, and the rest of that, where they teach them on they teach them on tech and also I think musical instruments. I think I'm aware of keyboard, piano, also. And one of the trainings that they wanted to do on AI. So I was invited to facilitate, you know, that session, and that was my first time of meeting, you know, Mr. Mabo, and we had people connect from from different parts of the world, and it was quite an interesting time. And I must say, I was really thrilled by what has been done, by the idea of, you know, passing this knowledge. And something actually struck me that day. You know, I used to, not I used to actually. There's this mindset I think a lot of us probably have, that, you know, people who are maybe in the US, you know, the UK, Canada, and the rest of the, you know, the countries we call the more advanced countries. There's this thing we feel like, oh, maybe they are more knowledgeable than us when it comes to technology. I think they just have access to a lot of resources. Maybe we understand this thing even better. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. And I must confess that that encounter or that engagement that day, you know, really brought in some increased my passion, I must say, because now at Coappt we now have clients in the US, we have clients in UK, and I think we have one we are speaking with who is in Canada. So now it shows that while we are working locally, our work does not end locally in Nigeria. Our work is actually going global. And before I bring back Mr. Mabo, I know he's here already. Interestingly, when we had the first edition of the Social Impact Tech Summit, I was so honored. I'm saying I because pardon me, yes, but every one of us in Coappt, we were so honored to have Mr. Mabo, you know, join us as one of the speakers. And interestingly, I remember very well that he was actually coming from the US, and it was the same day he got to Nigeria. He just came down to the hall. Let me not get too personal. Mr. Mabo, thank you so much for everything that you do. I'm sure we can hear you now.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back.
I hope you can hear me better. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me better?
It's a bit of an echo. Maybe there's another. Okay. Could you just say something? Could you say something now?
Can you guys hear me?
Okay,
yes, I think we can hear you.
Hello. Hello, can anybody
I think maybe there's another device connected close to him. So.
All right, sir. We can hear you, but I don't think you can hear us.
I can hear you. I can hear you now. I can hear you now. That clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. Very okay now, sir.
Yes. So it's good.
I think we should start again from the beginning.
Fantastic. So I'm just going to recap the question. Tell me if you can. Just give me thumbs up in the case you can hear me. So thank you, Mr. Mabo, for having me here. Yes, I run multiple tech companies, and I like to call myself the residual income builder, meaning opportunities where we start up the idea, leverage it on technology, and we find somebody who's going to manage, like a CEO, somebody's going to manage it. Because what is most important to someone like me and my family is it's time and money. Because with time, we can help a lot of people in the humanitarian work that we do. And with money, we're able to fund the projects that we do. So we're always building new companies and always looking for good people who can, run with the vision, also selling money. As we speak right now, I built a tech platform. It's a car-to-car sharing platform, a peer-to-peer car sharing platform that's never been built before in all of Nigeria. And we're putting new technologies out every day. Also, with benefits, somebody's going to run being a CEO and day-to-day operations so that we can spend a lot of time in those remote villages, in those remote communities, building schools, setting up healthcare centers, and doing as much as we can for humanity. Because to us, without impacting 1 million lives, we are not empty yet. So we're out there to go and ensure that we die empty, which is everyday living. So thank you for having me again. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can. We can. It's very apt. Time and money, two important things. Okay, so the first question I did ask was, and I said, what inspired you to start out the Roli Mabo Foundation? What's the story behind it? Could you share with us?
Great question. So my mother had 10 kids. I'm number 9 out of 10. My mother could neither read nor write. My father disappeared for a few years in between those times, just for greater pasture. And I watched my mother really strong to be able to give us quality education. At some point, she had to decide which one of us she had to use that resources. At some point, she would sell all of her goods just to ensure that some of us, go to school. Lucky enough, I was one of the beneficiaries of her benevolence multiple times. And I still have siblings that cannot read and write. I still have siblings that are semi-educated because of the restriction of resources that was right there with our forms. So I grew up in back of my mind that why should anybody be able to pick between their children which one should go to school of? I grew up back of my mind, why should a child be denied an ability to have good education? So when that's stuck in my head, I continued to. And at one point in time, my mother had this appendix or something. And she went to a private hospital. At that time, I found out bad, life was getting a little bit good. And in the middle of the operation, electricity went off. And between the time that the doctors could have the generator on and continue the operation, they finished up the operation and forgot a needle in a tummy. For 6 months, my mother had severe bad Russians was big hospitals trying to revive her and keep her alive. Eventually, a few years later, she developed cancer in her spots. And then my dear mother died at 58. She never really got to enjoy life. She never really got to enjoy life. And then, and I was in my 20s at that point, so nobody been able to do anything for me. So those two things stuck in my mind. And those are the two foundations that body of work that was done an entire life. How do we ensure that we put as many people into education, not just formal education, say formal education, technical education, as much as we can? How do we ensure that we can provide healthcare services to as many people as we can? How do we ensure that people have enough money to keep their kids in school so economic capability? And how do we support those communities that under what we call our F strategy? So that's what we built, and that is the bedrock of Roli Mabo Foundation. So before we started Roli Mabo Foundation, I volunteered my time for multiple years, in the last 10 years, in countries like Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, building wells, building waters, setting up healthcare centers, setting informational schools, etc. under the African Mission, the humanitarian organization that we until I stumbled into the Niger Delta 5 years ago, and I decided that I was going to my efforts on the nation of making people make sure that the most vulnerable people actually get an opportunity that nobody else gets in the middle of the place. So thank you. I'll have a second question.
Yes, you have. Oh my goodness, quite a story. Quite a story. Thank you so much for letting us into that part of your life, for your growing up. And I'd like to say that for some other people, they would have chosen to make that episode, the entire thing, make them maybe bitter or angry, and just hate life and things. But you chose to use that as a driving force, as fuel for the things that you're doing now, and that is so fantastic. That is so fantastic. So just wanted to add the Roli part of it. Is it like where did that come from? Because I know that you're Ade Mabo, so is that
my mother's name is Roli Mabo.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we coined the foundation on that day.
Okay, that's so beautiful. Almost brought tears to my eyes. Gio, are you there? Can you hear what's happening? Are you with us? Okay, so
Yes.
The next question.
Yes, I am here live.
Okay, good. So the next question for you, sir, is what has been the challenges, or what challenges have you faced in the period, and what has been the greatest challenges, and how have you overcome them, or how are you overcoming them for the ones that still in process? What has it been for you as regards the foundation?
So when we mention challenges, everything we do is all the challenges, 99% challenges, 1% chance of success. That's what we do. So I'll give you a little background. The three most dangerous parts of Nigeria where you find a humanitarian organization is in Sambisa Forest in the north, Niger Delta Creek. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Forest, and the forest, those are the three most dangerous parts. I work in the Niger Delta Creek of Delta State. There's no any other humanitarian organization that gets to work in this. So we have the sole liberty and rights to work there. Not because we want to be the only humanitarian organization there. It's because of how difficult, how technically impossible it is to be able to work in that region. And I tell you, I'll give you a little background about it in the Delta Creek. This is where almost 33 to 50% of Nigerian oil comes from. It is suspended body of water around river, the Atlantic Ocean, or in the middle of the land, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by water. Where majority of the work we do is 3 hours on the water from a place called Sabe, in Delta State. On this land, there is a lot of something called bunkering. I don't know if you guys ever heard of oil bunkering. People will go and steal oil bus pipe and all of that. Which was very high. It used to be very high. It's now reduced. There's a lot of sailors in this place. There's a lot of militants. People are angry that their land can produce so much, but yet they get less to nothing. So
and they're not very getting angry. Yes, exactly.
And they're less to nothing. So they're there. We have pirates. People who are willing to kidnap oil workers or pay or government or anything that they know that they can get money in ransom, because once they carry you and they put in the creek, there's no police, no naval, no thing that can get you out of that place. That's how powerful all of those is. There's Navy protecting the bunkering. It's activities of extreme danger, meaning your chances of going in and going out is less than 10%. So we're in the middle of danger. However, when we stumbled in and we started our work gradually, maybe one of the reasons is because I have a passionate relationship with that region, so they consider me as one of them, which I consider myself as one of them now. It was a little leeway, and of course we had some new militants who used to work with us before, but now that we've gotten a lot of recognition and people the new militant ways and go to our regions because so the reason for our acceptance is because they know that we came genuinely to give. We haven't taken anything from them. We haven't taken anything from Delta State. We have no grants, no funding, no. So we genuinely out of pure heart of let me give you half of everything that I have. My people, let us work with you. So multiple challenging projects, but I'll give you an example of one. I have a lot, but I'll give you an example of one. There's a community called Orere in Boris South local government. This community is sitting on the Atlantic Ocean. So you get from Sablé 3 hours on the water, 2 to 3 hours on the water, then the river stops, then it turns into the Atlantic Ocean, which is the same ocean as in Lagos. That community is on that ocean. And that community have had multiple ocean surges. So what has happened is the school they built, the facility they have, the house that they have, the ocean has covered it. So meaning that place has turned to the ocean since no more. So they had to keep moving back and keep moving back and keep moving back. That community hasn't had water since 1992 because the ocean took for their water and was almost impossible. So they've lived only on rainwater for the last since 1992 rain. So they have to wait for rain to fall. They see the rainwater. That's what they drink. That's what they used to work. It is important. So I saw a post on Facebook about their challenges, and I said we're going to go out there and solve their problem. And they told us it was impossible. Don't even do it. I went to a government official was from that region who said hi. And he said, well, listen, this region, this continent, it's not from that region, but it's from that tribe. He told us it's practically impossible for us to do that. You don't, it's not even a jetty, there's nowhere to park a boat. What are you trying to do? We decided what to do. If there's a word called impossible, then they should be admitted top impossibility to impossibility. So we found a way to make this. We're not to go for aid. And because there's no way to jetty, we decided to use cables to transport all the big bags and pipes and machines that we needed to ensure that we get in that city, in that community. And when we landed on the cable that we land on the ocean because there's no jet, that we land out the ocean, so that waters as big as you did, 24 man a 12-man line, so we can pass the equipment and the machinery on the ocean until it gets to land. So we line up ourselves, we land in somewhere where the water can get as high as this, and we're passing that information across. Can you guys still hear me? Somebody says my network is glitchy.
Yes, we can hear you. Just little break in between. But we can still hear you. I guess it's just a network, but we can still hear you.
Fantastic. And we went there and we put water in that community. That's one of our most challenging technical projects. We have multiple right now. We just discovered another opportunity that's way more challenging than that one. And I'm glad to tell you that September 16th, Tuesday, September 16th, we're going to be launching our project as well. So we are in the middle of a lot of challenges. We're very grateful to God that He's been guiding us into the industry.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Just like you said, it's quite unpopular. Let me put it that way. If you run a social impact organization, I'm sure even the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and the UK AIDS, and all the different international donors and funders, I'm sure they also have challenges, even with the fact that they sit on the dollars and the pounds and everything. So I don't know how I'm going to say it if eventually there's no challenge. But the next question I have is, in the midst of this challenge, are you able to share with us maybe one or two stories that, as Roli Mabo Foundation, that you achieved over the years at the course of the work that you do? Do you have one or two success stories if you want to share with us?
I think we share success stories from today to tomorrow. I like success stories. Because at the end of the challenge, is a most important is getting results. Results is the name of the game. You can't give excuse and give results. The excuse of results. So, in the Niger Delta Creek of Delta States, there's no education for the majority of it. We're glad to cluster, which is healthcare centers in the middle of multiple communities that multiple communities can benefit from. And we've set up the first one, set up the second one. Right now, we treat over 5,000 patients every single month on those clinics. It's free healthcare, free clinic, free pharmacy, meaning the drugs, everything you need, completely free. More than 5,000 people get to be able to benefit from that healthcare cluster as they go along. Like, we're setting up our third one now to continue to increase the amount of numbers of people benefit every single month from free healthcare services, free pharmacy. That's one of our biggest success story. Another part of our success story is we've deployed water in multiple communities right now. Daleketa and Wari North local government, partially in Japan, Wari North local government, Orere, Wari South local government, Bolaja, Wari Southwest local government, Bolaja, Wari South local government. We've renovated new schools in an Ijaw community called IGD, which we're currently doing right now in Wari North local government. We built the biggest farm estate where people can learn about agriculture, get economically empowered in a community called Bolaja in Wari South local government. I can go on and on and on and on. Right now, we're graduating 110 people in skill acquisition programs, from welding to tailoring to carpentry, and some of them are in this call right now in Wari South local government. I could go on and on and on the success stories, results that we've had. And almost all of this, up until April 2025, was all done from personal fund, meaning we never had any grants, any capital from anywhere, sponsorship, because we were working from the heart. So we're extremely very grateful to God that He kept us going, and now we're having people come together with us so that we can do bigger and greater things as well.
Wow. Amazing.
This is fantastic.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Yes, Mama, you're muted. Well, so well
Am
done,
I?
Mr. Mabo. I think you're doing great work. The fact that, like you mentioned, the healthcare system. When you mentioned earlier that there are communities that you have to travel for over 3 hours to get to them. One of the first things that came to my mind was, how then do they get access, to healthcare? How do they get access to education? Now, I can say this because I think sometimes, I think about 3 months or 4 months ago, Coappt, through a partnership with one of our like our organization, South Africa Initiative for Development, we had to go train students of a particular community here in Lagos, and we were on water for about 30 minutes. So for me, I'm like, oh, 30 minutes. If I remember some of my team members, I'm actually even scared. Like, oh, we'll be on water for 30 minutes just to assess this community. But here you are, you're talking about a community that you had to travel for 3 good hours. I'm not sure, because for me, it's like you're traveling from Lagos. It's more than traveling from Lagos to Ibadan. Because Lagos to Ibadan with good, now that the road is quite better, like less than 2 hours, you can get to Ibadan. That means like Lagos to Osun State. Wow. I must say it's quite a lot. With the quality of work you're doing, empowering this community, providing them with the healthcare, providing them with resources, connecting them with water and all that. I think we need to give a round of applause to Roli Mabo Foundation for the great work that you guys are doing, in that region.
Thank you. Let me make mention a little bit about education and the challenges that we had in the space of education. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
When we entered into the creek, majority of the times, the few communities that have schools have no teachers, or barely no teachers. And initially, I was very angry. Why is government paying them? Why is this? So I took my time to start talking to the teachers and find out what exactly is, why are they paying you salary and you're not showing up? And some of them just went up to the God, my salary is 75,000. Transport from here to go that place. Now about 15,000 to go, 15,000 to come back. If I reach there now, no good place to stay, no internet, no electricity, sometimes no toilet. School where they go serve. All the basic things like chalk, marker, book, all these things that they need to teach, government will provide them. Okay, why do I want to go and spend my time go there like it's a suicide mission? If you give me my 75, I send to somebody 25 inside, I still for 50K, they don't pay me. So it was that bad. Many of the community had nothing. So we had to hire private teachers and redistribute them across multiple institutions. But we knew that was not sustainable, paying for multiple private. Even some of my children, my adopted children, went there to train. Was from university, only I stayed 3 months, 4 months in their long vacations to teach classes. The kids were in primary 6, they could not read and write. That's how bad it was. So we developed a relationship with the Secretary of State for Education in the communities, and we started talking about deploying teachers. What can we make it better? So we came up with a plan. This is what we're going to do. We'll pay every single teacher transportation to get in and to get out, completely paid. Meaning you don't have to use your money to get there, right? We're going to pay you an incentive, an additional incentive outside of what the government is giving you. We're going to give you the best houses in community to stay, and we're going to make sure that we give the aids. And they gave us 6 teachers, and then we started seeing some type of progress, but no progress, not significant progress. And I went back and said, teachers are showing up 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So we've done their schedule in the way that they will only be there for 2 weeks and another batch thing. So what's going on? We now realize that even parents were not willing to bring their children to school because they'd rather take the children to fish, put them on the ocean or the creek to fish for them. They became an economic empowerment tool for the parent. So we have to deploy another program that says incentives to keep your child in school. If you keep your kid in school, give this amount of money. Nobody else to give the children if that biscuit or some type of to keep them in school. And you pay this amount, and then if you do business, we'll give you this capital to enhance your business. Before we can even have parents bring these kids to school to match up with the teachers that were showing up. Then the next thing is the children have no clothes to wear. Most of the time they have no shoes to wear. Now, for The last 4 years, we sew all the school uniform for all these children. We make sure that we can provide them at this outside of school uniform every year, Christmas clothes for them, shoes, etc. In this community, plus all the books, the bags, the pencil, the paper, the eraser, all the way to something called consumables, which are supposed to be provided by government. Consumables are the cost that is consumed by teachers to run the academic year. So we have to put all of that together to ensure that we get. And now we increase education from about 15, 17 students to more than 63, in some of these communities and more. We've increased teachers' participation from 21% to almost about 91% right now in a very, very short period of time, just because we want to make sure that we put all of our efforts to enhance the next person to be able to have. So challenges are plenty. We don't have enough time to talk about it, but this is the one because nobody else has decided to do that. Nobody else works in this region. We've said if nobody does it, then we should be able to be. And of course, big thank you to all of our volunteers, all of our people who come in and give us our sheet, all of the people who come in and donate their time, resources, expertise to be able to help us out. We're very, very grateful to all of them for that they've been able to do. Now one day we'll get funding so that we can be able to enhance as many people to do some amazing things that is out there to be.
And we're grateful to you for pioneering this awesome work that you're doing. I mean, like you said, time will not permit us to take all of these, whether it's the challenges or the amount of work. Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Mr. Mabo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm on the spotlight now. Can you hear me?
You can go on. I
Gio,
think,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Amara.
Okay.
So I think his network kicked him out.
Okay.
I believe he'll be back.
Okay, awesome, loud and clear. So we want to say thank you to you, Mr. Mabo. I mean, Gio, we definitely have to have some conversations around how to, these kind of organizations, this particular one that spearheaded this kind of initiative where it's so difficult to definitely require, or they deserve more publicity, and more people who have the funds but do not know how to give back should actually be able to connect with these people. So if you do have questions for Mr. Mabo, you can put it in the chat box. Then hopefully if he joins us again, we can take that. We're slowly moving away from there. Yes. Okay, so Mr. Mabo, you're welcome. I've been singing your praises, and we're just wowed the fact that one person can decide to give his life to others through this means, and we're so grateful. We do hope, and as we do our bit from Coappt, to have more publicity around what you do, because people use social media for different kinds of things. I mean, we know that social media can actually be used to project this kind of work, and more people can get their money where their mouth is. They need to know that education, healthcare is important, and we don't want more angry youth. We want people who are empowered to take decisions that would better their lives and the lives of their communities and the nation at large. So thank you so much, sir. If anyone has any question, I know we've kept you a bit longer than we proposed, but I want to know if anyone has any question. If you do have a question, please, could you quickly put in the chat box so that Mr. Mabo can take it before he goes, or before we move away from the section to another. If you have any question, we have like 30 seconds to quickly type that on there. Okay. Any questions? Let's see if we have any questions.
One of the really good questions I wanted to include, so all of this is not because otherwise they have things. All of this is about because in business design, in the middle of the difficulties, something keeps telling you, keep moving, keep moving, I am with you, and peace. And the level of joy and gets what also involves that we do such a way. Nobody can buy this.
I agree.
So all glory to God, and most importantly as well, all of the people and volunteers and young people coming from Lagos, from want to come in to come and experience the excitement of pro bono work in the rural areas, in the riverine communities. I want to say thank you to all of them.
It's so beautiful. Thank you too. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, what can I express our gratitude to and the work that you're doing, really. I do look forward to seeing you in person anyways. And so Ali Yusuf says, for me, it is clear, but how is he able to raise, okay, I think this is the only question we can take for now. How is he able to raise funds at the beginning? Okay, I think he mentioned a bit about that, but could you quickly just expand on that? How you're able to get funds to do all of these before some of the help or other support came in outside you? But he did say that mostly he's self-funded. So how are you able to get these funds together?
I'll give you a background. So you know that funds be the limitation for you to be kind. We say kind people are kind people. So I personally give 50% of all of my earnings back to humanity. And of course, now because I'm very good to use, it's a lot easier. I can do it. I don't feel and I'm how that's not putting my life on it to give me sense humanity and keep 20 to myself. 20 is enough to it. However, it is not so. However, it is not just funds alone. And of course, when I started the work, I started to work with a lot of few friends and families. So when some 100,000 a year, 100K a year. Oh, I like what you're doing, blah, but is there any way I can tap into the grace, here and there, all structured. We don't request, we don't solicit, also from friends and family here and there. So when they start to see the good work that you do, and they know that it's genuine, it's not a racket, it's genuine, people start to drop it in here. That's why we don't do much social media. I don't think we posted anything in a very long time. Barely collaborate. But I still put in a few things in my status, and people see them like, hey, I want to be part of this. And people say, I want to volunteer. People say, I know this person, maybe you can help. Or this person, maybe they can donate transfer you. We've had a lot of that. So it is not it's not the depth of your pockets, it's the depth of your heart. It's not the depth of your pocket, it's the depth of your heart. It's not the depth of your pocket, it's the depth of your heart. When you start, whatever you need to start from wherever you started, make it genuine, make the intention clean, let it be pure. You're working for God, you're not working to get praise from men. People will start supporting what you're doing, and they'll start, maybe supporting you. They really want to stand up with you. And over time, you might have strategies to get genuine funders, grants to say, oh, you see what this guy has done. Well, go get the work done. Go get your hands dirty first. So I would suggest it's not about money. It's you. It doesn't matter if it's 100,000, just 100,000. Find where you can consistently contribute 100,000. That will give you the maximize the value of that fund. So it could be 50,000. It could be just be your time. Just be your time. Go work for them. When I didn't used to have money, I used to go to shelter where poor people are, and I'll sweep the floor. I'll sweep the floor. I'll wash the walls. I'll take my wife, take my wall, wash and sweep them. We'll make food for them, and then we'll leave. And we'll leave it consistently. It wasn't about the money. It was about your heart. The money will flow when your heart comes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You have answered this question. You've nailed it and left no crumbs. Thank you. So, Mr. Ali Yusuf, like you've heard, and just like everyone else, it's really not about, some people say, oh, I don't have the money. When I do, if I do, I will do this. No, you can start with your time. You can volunteer. You can start with the little you have. Like he said, where your heart is, the money will flow. And that would even be a greater drive to earn more, to build and build capacity in terms of funds so that you can then do what you really intend to do. So start today, start small, and make that change. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming on board with us today. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Please let's share Mr. Mabo, or please I'll give your applauses.
Before we let Mr. Mabo go.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? Before we let Mr. Mabo go, I just want to ask, how can people connect with you if they need to connect with your organization?
Very
how
important.
Can they connect with your organization?
We need those details. Yes, please. We need to also put it out there.
We have Roli Mabo, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can always send us a message. You can follow us to send us a message. Plus, you can also reach out to the organizers of the forum. of this event. They have direct access phone numbers to us. That way we can give you WhatsApp volunteers sitting on the you can part of our volunteers. That way you get it. We have a calendar schedule when we work. We're going to go back to work again in the river right around November. We're always working out throughout the year. So throughout the river right area, we're trying to do more rainy season, when it dries season, anything until April, and anything starting all the way to October. So we don't get you stuck in the middle of water, in the middle of rain, on the canoe boats, etc. So we're getting back to the season where we're going to the river right. And when we're not on the river right, we're working on the land, skill acquisition, sending them to competition and things, teaching it down online. So we're always working. So when you join our WhatsApp group, you send us a message, we'll tell you when we have with that skill. And then of course you can volunteer, decide to do it, have an amazing time. Volunteer your time, volunteer your skill, volunteer whatever you want to be able to do. Get on there and you know, bring it back. And if it's those who say, well, I just want you guys to do it. Don't need drugs, we tell you exactly how to do it. Don't need books, don't need exercise book, things on paper, might not be costume to be picked out. So give it to some kids, but ensure that we deliver it to the kids when they need it. So ways you do that. Really, 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 we need to make sure that we give you the support that you need. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Mabo. Thank you so much. To let you know that we have some reactions on YouTube. I can see, I can see Tijani from Roli Mabo. I can see A4. I hope I got that right. A4, that's called signature. I can see Martins or Isumwa. Pardon me, please, in case I'm not pronouncing the name appropriately. I so apologize for that, please. But thank you so much, everyone who also joined us live on YouTube, for everyone who actually be seeing this later on. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Ade Mabo. Just like you mentioned, you can. It's a privilege to be able to, when he said you can reach out to Coappt, we can always tell you how to get directly to him. I think it's a privilege actually. And of course, you can also get part of that. You can be part of that family, because for Coappt, we have a large community of social impact professionals and leaders from different organizations that you can always connect with and see how to partner with. Before we came aboard, Mr. Mabo was actually telling us about his engagement with one of the community member who I was really glad personally that he was able to join the organization in what they do. That's the Pure Religion Foundation, which I think one of the coordinator should be on this call. I'm not sure. Madam Wachuku Felicia. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ade Mabo, for the great work that you are doing. When I saw one of the guests, one of the audience actually said she still posted that again. She said that Lovette, a beneficiary of Roli Mabo Foundation. What an awesome moment with our boss, Ade Mabo. Yes, it's nice to have you here, Lovette. One of the beneficiaries of Ade Mabo Foundation work. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade Mabo. We look forward to more interesting thing that you do, more interaction, more impact. Yes, more impact. With the work that you do. And of course, I'm sure that by the time we bring you back again, on this Coappt Impact Corner, by then I'm sure would have a bigger level of impact, not just in the Delta, or maybe across Nigeria. Especially the fact that you mentioned Sabisa. If you can have done it in Water Creek, I'm sure you can get. No, my sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you. You inspired us. Thank you so much.
Bye for now. All right.
Bye, sir. For the rest of your day. Okay, so I know that Gio is in to get on to the social tech question and answers, and today we'll be talking about cybersecurity. This is a topic that is really hot, so we really need to talk about it now that information is out there and lots of people can do tons of things with it, whether it's accept it or not accept it. But before we do that, quickly, because we're running a bit out of time, we have usually a pause break, right? So this is some reflection, like a 2 minutes moment of reflection, because usually the period between hearing a thing and acting, that period, that's the difference I've come to learn about those who actually make the change. They reduce the time between what they hear and the act of one. So we want you to honestly, from your heart, just let us know in the chat box, what small things, what small action do you want to take today to make an impact? Okay, like you said, like it has been said, it has to be, oh, I have all the money. Okay, so I want to volunteer. In fact, some people are even volunteering prayers, because if you look at it with this, he said, of course, with the insecure, some people are definitely praying for this group of people that, they are not hurt and they carry out box. But the fact that you're taking an action today to make a decision that this is what I want to do to create an impact, we want to hear it. So just take just 1 or 2 minutes to just make that self-reflection. That time that we've heard Mr. Mabo speak is not just to another period of inspiration, but actually a call to action. Okay, so what small action, just small, that minute action, would you take today to create an impact around you? To create an impact. Think about that, and yes, waiting for. So you would lead us into the.
So I think you can drop that in the chat.
Yes,
you can drop that in the chat.
Please
and thank you so much.
Read it out.
Yeah. So I think that's really thoughtful. That's really thoughtful. Like you said, it's not just the spotlights. What's it called? Changemaker spotlight is not just a time to just inspire or motivate you. Yes, we want to inspire you, but not just inspire you just to hear someone, but inspire you to be able to take action. So this is why we're actually doing this. So thank you so much, Amara. So while we wait for you to drop that in the comments session, I will go straight to the next session. We have just about 2 or 3 sessions to go, and in another few minutes we'll be done with this. So this is the session we call the social tech. This is the social impact tech session, and I would briefly just talk about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is an integral part of our society today. The fact that now we do a lot of things online, a lot of things with our mobile phones, on the internet, we are all living digital footprints here and there in the digital space. There's a need for us to guide our digital assets, just like the way we guard our houses, our assets, our physical assets, everything around us, our property, our possessions. It is also important for us to guide, secure our digital asset. This is where cybersecurity comes in, to secure our digital assets, your identity, your location, your data, every resources that you have, in the digital space, your property, your privacy, everything. This is talking about how you can secure them. And I'm just going to quickly give you tips on how to do this. Number 1 is make sure to have a strong password. Yes, make sure to have a strong password. If your password has to do with your birthday, your wedding anniversary, common things that everybody knows about, I think it's time for you to go change it. Make sure to have a password that is unique and cannot be easily, guessed. Another thing you may need to do is activate 2-factor authentication. Like I like to teach people when I'm teaching people about 2-factor authentication. Just imagine that you're living in your house, your door is closed, but it is not locked. So the fact that you have a password, yes, it's as simple as you closing your door. It's simple. It's different from it's different from not having a door, whereby your house is just open to the main road. Anybody can just walk in. Goats can walk in, different animals can walk in. Someone can even decide to walk to your sitting room to get another place. But when they see a door there, though, in a way, it serves as a barrier from them accessing it. But somebody else can still decide to come close and the door. So two-factor authentication is that process where you then use a key to lock that door. So with that, it means that nobody can just access and come in without having that key. So that is what two-factor authentication does for you. That's just a very simple way, of explaining this to you. And of course, try to learn. The world of the digital space keeps evolving. It's important to also keep learning how to improve upon your digital security. So for us at Coappt, this is one of the things that we do. We also train, especially for those of us who run organizations. Don't just leave it to time and chance. Your security is very important. You can lose money, you can lose resources, you can lose a lot of things if you are too porous. Your digital presence is just porous, it's just there. So you may want to also train your staff on how to get secured, because if one person gets hacked, it can actually affect the whole organization. So for us at Coappt, we can also do this for you, train your organizations, train your staff on cybersecurity. Reach out to us. You can let us know. We'll talk about this later on how to go about this. We'll be glad to train your staff. And of course, maybe you have this as part of your project program. This is something we can also do for you. So with this, and of course, I think in the month of October, we'll be having our next masterclass. And I believe our focus is going to be on cybersecurity. So begin to gear up for this and make sure not to miss it. October, we'll be having a masterclass, and please make sure don't miss out on this. That being said, I'm going to stop there and take Amara for the data say. What is data saying? Amara, you want to share with us what data is saying currently?
Sure, I do. Okay, so I need to start my video. Gio, you disabled my video. Okay, all right. Yes, so starting out soon. Thank you so much. The part of saying that learning is important, you can't say, oh, I don't know. Someone was saying the other time that her mother was scammed of hundreds of thousands of naira. Okay, because elderly people usually would just say click okay, and they usually don't know how they get to. So many times I tell my mom that I'm sure that these people are out for your age group. So it's important that while we do that for ourselves, we also should be conscious of that for those who we love, near and dear to us, who are elderly, who may not have that information. So this is important information that you want to take note of and act on it today. Check your two-factor verification on your socials, and just ensure that your data out there is not porous, as it were. Okay, so on to data says. Now, this information is from the Nigerian statistics.gov.ng website. It says that 63% of Nigerians are multidimensionally poor. When you talk about multi-dimension, it's not just money now, okay? But then it says that rural poverty remains highest at 72%. And I'd like to say that it could be much more than this, because there are some places where data is not accurately captured in sense of when we heard Mr. Mabo talk about things. There's some facts that only him can provide because he's working directly with them. So, well, taking this at surface level, 63% is quite high. It's quite high a number. And with rural poverty being the highest portion of that, it gives us something to think about. So again, we're not just throwing information out there. We're trying to say, how do I bring this home? Okay, how does this affect me? When we talk about multi-dimensionally being poor, we're also talking about things about information, knowledge. Okay, so you could get into a scene and people are discussing things, and the level of information with which they're discussing it is very shallow. And they just take decisions based on what they heard someone say in the bus, or that deep level of wanting to be sure. So that's why someone would say, if you want to hide something from an African man or he's a Nigerian man, you put it in the book. So things like that, just subtle ways of saying that we need to get into how we are intentional about knowledge, because the right knowledge is power, okay, and that can transcend into earning more, being in the right places. For those who are here now and have heard all that's been said, can take action because they were here, and those who also get to watch it. So finally, this is just to say that what can I do within my space to reduce poverty in terms of knowledge, in terms of skill, in terms of money,
Okay, what can I do? The fact that we have two hands, two legs, there are people who may not have all of these and they're still doing well off, or they're doing great things. So we can also ensure that every day we are just getting better things, and that way we get to inspire others also, and we also get to directly impact them even with the things that we do. So let's join hands together to reduce the level of poverty in Nigeria, okay, in all dimensions. And this is possible. We start with the small actions today. All right, so that's all from us for Data Says. Gio, it's over to you now. We want to hear what's happening inside Coappt. What's new, what's exciting, what should we be looking out for next?
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Amara. So just like you all know, that Coappt, we keep evolving of it every day, creating different ideas, creating different solutions, different things that you can tap into for the work that you do. And I'm going to start first with the a current program. Not current though, we started this program last year in partnership with South Africa Initiative for Development, which we call the Artificial Intelligence Revolution. So Artificial Intelligence Revolution Youth Project. I'm trying to put up the what's it called? The picture or the graphics now. And this, so we launched the youth training aspect of this project. And the idea with this is we want to be able to get across to young Nigerians, begin to see how to raise, a new generation of innovators, in Nigeria. And we are doing this by offering free trainings at zero, free trainings to young people out there on how to make use of artificial intelligence. So the AI program is encapsulated into four different areas. One is what we call the aware, first to bring about awareness about the use of artificial intelligence. The second is what we call the use, getting to know how to make use of AI, for work that you do, academic progress, or career progress, or to enhance productivity generally. The other one is what we call build. So we're also looking at how to get more people, to be able to build AI platforms, AI solutions, to pressing AI platform to learn the skills that is needed to AI platforms. And the last one is solve, to be able to make use of this knowledge that they've acquired, to then be able to solve, to solve problems, to solve issues, to solve challenges that have been encountered, in Nigeria and of course the African continent at large. So this is what this what's it called, project it's all about. We're currently partnering with South Africa on this, and we are calling on you to join us on this. How can you be part of this? As you can see on the screen, you can be a mobilizer. Do you know a community, a youth group? Do you know, or even the ones that you belong to, and you're able to bring together young people within the age of 15 to 35, at least 50 of them together? We would come, offer the training to them. And of course, you can also support. You can also support a youth group, a community association, whatever. You can support them. So we actually require the participants to pay a commitment fee of just 3,000 naira, which gives them access to the training certificate, give them access to all the resources, and they can also join a network of other young people where we give them continuous learning. We keep sharing information, more resources, more access, to AI platform, AI news, with them. So we just committed a commitment fee of 3,000 naira. By the way, this training is valued at least 100,000 naira per person for 1 hour. But we are offering this training for free to everybody. But we need to be a group of young people, at least 50 of them, for us to come down and offer this training. So you can decide to get a community, a group, 50 of them for 150,000 naira. We'll come in and do the training for them. We'll offer the certificate for them. So you are supporting them for the certificates, for the resources, and every other thing, or for 1,500 naira for 75,000 naira, or 50,000 naira to offset 1,000 naira for 50 of them. So what do you get to benefit? We of course will mention you as the supporter for that particular training. Also, you also get a certificate that recognizes you as a champion of AI evolution. Where you can also choose the location where you want this training to happen. So this is what we are currently on, in Coappt, and also we have our platform which will be launching very, 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 very soon, where you can connect with other professionals, like you, get access to more resources, link up, get tailored resources that are meant for people within the social impact space. So watch out. We'll be sharing with you updates about this very, very soon. And lastly, you can also join the Coappt Social Impact Hub. This is a community of social impact professionals, leaders of organizations. This is where you can connect with more people, link up with them, get familiar with them. Like you had Mr. Mabo, he mentioned earlier, he visited one of the members of this community, where they have thousands of women, widows that they cater for. I have been there myself, and I was really thrilled by the work this organization, what they are doing. Mr. Mabo also paid them a visit yesterday, on Saturday. And so this, of course, we have an organization that is based in the US. They needed to carry out a program here in Nigeria, and they needed someone in government from the same community. They were able to get access to someone in government who gave them access to another government agency, and that was done. So these are some of the things you have access to. By the way, not everything is actually fund. I think most time what we need is the right people, the right connection, and that is what we are making available for you at the Coappt Social Impact Hub. You can join us, and the link will be shared in the comment section right about now, so that you can also be part of this. For those of us who are watching on the YouTube, we always share the link in the description of the YouTube, so you can also get to see this. On this note, that is all that we have from Coappt, inside Coappt. So Amara, can we get straight to our quiz time? What are the questions that we have, so that we can have our winners for today? Okay, I think Amara is no longer on the call. So I have some questions. If you have answers to them, kindly drop them in the comment section. We'll pick this quickly. Number one, can you mention the percentage of Nigerians that are said to be multidimensionally poor? We want to be sure that you heard us. How many percentage of Nigerians are currently multidimensionally poor? Anyone? You can drop this in the comment section. Second question. Okay, I'm just going to take two questions, and we'll end it there. Second question. I'm looking at which question should I take, actually. Second question: what are 2 core practices to safeguard your data? Okay, I can see response for the first question. Ali Yusuf says 70 to 80% of Nigerians are multidimensionally poor. Well, Ali, are you right or wrong? Don't worry, I will let you know if you're right. Do you have any other answer? I'm waiting for your response in the comment section. So for the second question, what are the 2 core practices that you have to do to safeguard your data? So anyone that gets these 2 questions will have a gift for today. So second question, and if you cannot, I'm just going to count down to 30 to 30, that's 30 seconds, so that we don't end up having people go online to go and search for this now. All right, it's going. 10 seconds more. It's going 8 seconds more. Michael Adetuji says 76%. It says strong password, 2-factor authentication. Okay, we'll find out if you are correct. Ali Yusuf says 2-factor authentication and twist your password. Okay, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's ring the bell. All right, so you guys are close, but none actually got the answer correctly. None got the 2 questions. For the percentage of Nigerians that are multidimensionally poor, the answer is 63%. It's 63%. You both are close, but the answer is 63%. But you both got the second question. Have a strong password and make sure to have 2-factor authentication. You're both correct on that. But the first one, the both of you got it wrong. So that being said, I'm not sure how we're going to do this, but ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to have you guys join us on this call. My co-host is no longer on the call. I'm sure she will join us maybe as we move on. So it is a pleasure. It has been a pleasure rather, to have co-hosted today's episode. And if you miss all that we did today, we brought you major headlines from the world of social impact, where we talked about the poverty rate in Nigeria, and also we spotlighted a change maker by the name Ade Mabo, who is the founder of the Roli Mabo Foundation. And we spoke about the great things, the great work his foundation is doing, especially in Delta State. Great work. Mr. Mabo is doing out there. And after that, we went straight into quick tips around cybersecurity, where we made it known that it's important for you to protect yourself properly online and also secure yourself with strong password, 2-factor authentication, and also get your staff also trained, get people around you trained around cybersecurity. And after that, we moved to what data is saying, where we established the fact that 63% of Nigerians are still multidimensionally poor. Now, we said that this data is not just to scare you, but to let you know that you can build on this data and see what you can do with the data. And finally, we asked our questions. So with that being said, we say thank you so much, everyone, for being part of today Coappt Impact Corner. It is a pleasure to have hosted you and my co-host who is missing in action right now, Amara. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us from beginning till now. Thank you for all that joined us on YouTube. I can see you. Thank you so much. Tijani, thank you. F1 _ signature. Thank you, everyone. Until next month, we hope to see you on the Coappt Impact Corner. I remain my humble self once again, G.O. Lawal. And it is Coappt Impact Corner. Thank you so much. God bless you.